Dan, that's right. Ashes to go. If you don't have a lot of time on Ash Wednesday, that is no excuse if you want to come and get your ashes. I am here with Father Patrick Malloy and Dean Clifton Daniel, both of the cathedral. Tell me about this Ashes to go concept.
Well, we did this last year for the first time, and we had 600 people come by. I'm not so sure how we'll do this year with this terrible cold weather. But there are many people who, for whatever reason, just really can't bring themselves to go into a church for whatever reason. And so this is a way for the church to come to them.
What do you think about doing this idea now for the second year?
I love it. It's an amazing experience. Everybody has a story. Often they want to tell you their story or some part of it. We've had city buses stop and the bus driver hop out to come get his or her ashes. We go to the fire station. We go to the local restaurant over here. It's a way of taking the church to the streets and bringing some good news to people who are ready to hear it.
And of course, this marks the start of Lent, and we found a tracker that will track the top things that people give up for Lent. So last year, social media, Twitter, alcohol, chocolate, and swearing. Now, I know Pope Francis said a few years ago, it's not necessarily about what you give up, unless it is in the service of someone else. So what are some of the other things that people can do if they're not giving up the traditional something for 40 days?
Well, I think even if people do give up some of the things you mentioned, especially social media, it creates so much more time to do things that are self-sustaining, or give you time to just be attentive to other people. Even rather than surf the web, you can pick up the phone and call somebody. So I think the two things work together. I think to be able to have time to do the good things you want to do, you have to maybe give up some of the things that really are. I mean, I don't know about you, but social media fills a lot of my time. It's really not always that sort of productive or sort of I don't know, self-sustaining or encouraging. So.
Okay. All things to think about as we kick off Lent season. 6:30 you're here until, correct?
6:30 tonight, yeah.
And you're doing shifts, I hope.
We're doing shifts. We have two people here at all times, all day on our shifts. So the dean and I were here at 6:30. And so we'll be here until 8:30, and then somebody else will pick up.
Father, thank you so much. All right, Dan and Betty, ashes to go. 30 seconds is all it takes today. Right now, the dean is doing just that. So, and this is going on all around the city. A bunch of churches in New Jersey doing this as well. So it's a way to get in your ashes if you have a busy schedule, if you're a busy New Yorker. Dan and Betty, back to you.
So, yeah, I understand the whole process here. And so, and that's very good that they're doing this for people on the go. But there were some critics who were saying the whole point was to experience the full Mass. So can you ask that father right there, what are his thoughts about people saying, well, they're not experiencing the full Mass. So how does it work? Are they doing a blessing with the ashes?
Okay, so Father, our anchor Dan has a question.
Okay.
He says there are some critics who say that the whole point of this is to experience the full Mass. You're not getting that with this. What do you say to that, and sort of what do you say to people when they come up and get these ashes so quickly?
I understand why somebody would say that it's much better to go inside and spend an hour. But honestly, as I said to you before, I think there are some people who, for whatever reason, I don't think it's just a matter of being rushed. I think there are some people who have been hurt by the church, who feel in a funny kind of way that unworthy, and I think that this is a way for them to experience God's love for them, to know that they are loved and accepted, without having to do something that for them might be extremely difficult. So I don't think this is sort of a cheap or easy thing necessarily, and I can tell you that a lot of people come to me on the street here and tell me unbelievably beautiful stories about their lives. So I don't think this is hit and run. I can be, I guess, but I think for some people this is a really sort of profound sort of few minutes, and I'm glad we do it. I think it's an important ministry.